Hello everyone. I have a question for all the Microsoft partners here. Do your Business Central customers in manufacturing ever ask you for a maintenance solution, a CMMS system, or an EAM system? There are still many maintenance departments that use Excel or paper to do their maintenance. And this is not ideal for many reasons. For example, it's hard to view historical data, impossible to track costs of individual assets, and the whole system usually depends on one or a few knowledgeable people. And if they are using a system to do their maintenance, these systems are often hard and expensive to operate, and even more expensive to integrate with the company's other systems like finance and spare part inventory. When we look at the recent survey of more than 500 asset management employees, we can see the reasons for why asset management needs improvements. As you can see, system reliability is a problem almost 80% of people in maintenance have. There are systems out there that are so complicated and unreliable. They cannot be used properly. This could be because the system is hard to understand, or just unmaintained because the person who set it up is not a part of the company anymore. Budget forecasting is almost impossible to do well without accurate data. Maintenance managers could, for example, spend way too many resources and worker hours on one of their machines. Without access to historical data, they cannot prove that it would actually be cheaper to replace that machine with a new one. And this can have a big impact on the company's bottom line. And as you can see, 46% of respondents have knowledgeable employees that are aging and will have to soon retire. These people are often the only ones with knowledge of the current system. Sometimes these employees are not even in the company anymore. Because of these problems, at Dynaway we created an enterprise asset management system for Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. With this system, maintenance managers can send out preventive maintenance work orders based on the equipment readings, track costs on individual assets by allowing workers to easily post item and resource consumption on equipment, with an asset tree equipment directory that anyone can understand, and all of this integrated into Business Central. If you're a Microsoft partner, this might be obvious to you, but operations workers don't often realize that instead of having to build and take care of an expensive integration between different systems, for example, maintenance, inventory, and finance, which many companies still do, they can have a maintenance system built into their ERP. EAM for BC is exactly that. Our main principle for developing the EAM was to make it as easy as possible for current Business Central users. We added some new features into the Business Central ERP, for example, earlier mentioned work orders and assets. We extend some of the core features in Business Central. Items and resources are directly integrated into the EAM. And we have integrations with Azure Blob Storage for documents and configuration, and Azure Central IoT for counters and measurements. These are devices on the equipment which can send out information to the EAM, which can trigger work orders. We built 2 new role centers, one for the maintenance planner or the maintenance manager, with all the information about the equipment, work orders, statistics, and so on, as you can see here. And this role center for the maintenance technicians, where they can see the information relevant to them. The workers can execute work orders directly from their devices, and the EAM is of course available on both mobile and on tablets. If you think that this system could be useful for your customers, you can find out more by yourself. You can download it for free from app stores. Watch a video about how to get a free license for the EAM on our Dynaway YouTube channel, and set up the system with the help of assisted setup directly inside of the system. If you want to learn more about the system, you can visit our documentation on help.dynaway.com, or you can access it by clicking Read next to one of the assisted setups directly in the system. When you go to the license page inside of the system, which will show you the number of users that you are allowed to use and so on. You can also click on Create Demo Company, which will import the demo data, demo setup, and you can play around with the system. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send us an email to help@dynaway.com.